Luppy, welcome to the broadcast, dude. I'm so glad that you're able to make it and just enjoy and experience what we get to see and experience every Tuesday.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This is cool. I get to see everything that's going on behind the scenes. This is fancy.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, dude. Very nice.
Yeah. Who do you know that gets to do stuff like this?
I know. One person. Well, two. I know you guys. Yeah.
So, Luppy is going to be our featured artist of the week. Just like I said in the interview that you guys aren't going to see necessarily. Full disclosure, Luppy and I go way back. We've known each other since probably 96, 97. We've known each other for a good 20 years. We were in a band together called the LP Outsiders way back in the day. And Luppy and I have been through a similar situation, similar journeys in a lot of ways as far as music goes. We both were in a band together. We toured the country a couple times, did a really cool stuff. As a lot of people would say, we almost made it, but really, what is making it? It's just how you define it. But so our band broke up, and we both went our separate ways. We lived in the same house together, but we weren't really, we weren't in the same band together anymore and stuff. We ended up both doing cover gigs and cover bands for many, many years. Luppy is still doing that, but he's also, the reason why I'm having him as a featured artist this week is because he's still writing his own music. He's going to start making a big push to come out with a all new original album. He's coming out with new single every month this year. And he's also doing something called Living Luppy, which I'm going to let him talk about a little bit because that's sort of like his big thing right now, his main push. It's something that is very motivating, and I always love it when I see him do this because it's the most focused and most exciting and healthy I see Luppy when he's doing this. So
Living Luppy, great show.
Yeah. So Luppy, welcome. Just let us know who you are, what you're doing, and talk a little bit about Living Luppy, and then introduce your song "Alice Before Cialis," and then we'll listen to that, and then we'll come back and talk some more. So
sounds good. That was pretty good, man. You covered most of it, but yeah,
I like to talk.
I know. I like it. I like listening to you talk. Yeah, my name's Luppy, and I, at this point in the game, I'm a full-time musician. I have been for a long time. Like Joe said, we were in a band together, but after the band broke up, I went into kind of piano bar entertaining, as well as starting a cover band and also playing jazz around St. Louis with some great cats. So my goal was to become a full-time musician, and I accomplished that, and I have been for quite a few years now.
20 years.
Yeah, it's been, because that was 20 years ago, man. So, I mean, that's a good run, but
time flies when you're drunk, huh? Oh, wait.
Yeah, it sure does. But yeah, man, I just turned 40, and I'm starting to, rethink things. I'm trying to kind of pursue my own music again, and so I'm putting out singles every month from an older album I did a while ago, and then I'm working on a new record. I just redid my studio, renovated the studio, so now that that's ready to go, I am starting to work on a new record that I hope will come out next, summer probably. So it's good. And then the other half of me, I do Living Luppy, which is livingluppy.com. And it's a podcast I started just about my weight loss journey, man. And I lost a lot of weight once a few years ago, and then I gained it all back, just getting back into bad habits. And I decided I want to do something to really keep myself accountable and maybe help inspire other people. So I started Living Luppy, and I do a podcast every Wednesday at noon, but I also do Luppy daily videos where I check in every single day, and it gets pretty real, man. I talk about the things that I'm struggling with. Some are victories, some are things that are hard, but I hopefully, it's stuff that people can relate to if they need some motivation or just need to know that they're not alone. So, So yeah, I really love it. I spend a lot of time on it, but it's really a passion project for me. So it's fun, man.
Cool. Awesome. So I wanted to first say, while I just have a chance, say hello to Red Sty, a past featured artist who you would like, Luppy. I don't know if you remember Red Sty.
I do, actually.
Yeah. Good stuff. So he's in the house. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's listen to your song, Alice Before Cialis. Just give us a little bit of a brief rundown on what it is, and then we'll go right into it.
Sure. Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs of late, even though it's probably a couple years old now. But this was, I used to play in the Caribbean doing piano bars for quite a few years, which sounds more awesome than it actually is. It's a lot of work. But this is something that happened to me while I was there. It was a very frustrating experience. And so the only way I could deal with it was to write a song about it. I won't go into too many details, but if you listen to the words of the song, you'll get it. So, yeah, this was a rough night I had in the Caribbean, and it's called Alice Before Cialis.
Lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before she was a French girl. I knew her from around the island and the hair twirled just the way I liked it in my head world. Round every time I saw her in my peripheral. Am I feeling iffy or am I in love or in lust? What's the difference? Webster's is just a hindrance. I've got to introduce myself. Oh no, I can't. I feel irrelevant. She's so out of this world. It's like someone just hit the lantern my way again. I promise I'll jump in. And if I have my chance, I know she won't walk right again. I'm a drink cause I can feel. I really, really feel she's the perfect girl for me. Okay, Alice, let's see. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. I must be the luckiest dude, like Jed and his crew. I'm drinking at the bar she's tending, and if not to be rude, we're talking. Everyone is walking out the door. It's just the owner and Alice and me. That makes three, and just like in the movies you see on your PC, I came out of the bathroom and she's on the deuce D. He waves over to me, come join us, Luppy. Then hands me a condom, and I'm wondering, could this be the girl that I've been watching? The one out of my league is bent over a stool and she's just waiting for me. This is my moment, you'll see. Oh, I'm so freaking happy until I realize, oh shit, I've had too much to drink. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. Why's her name Alice if she's French? I didn't catch her name. But as it come to this, I wasn't ready for that disappointment. Not for that slap in the face. I just stood there stunned as she left the place. That was my one chance for porno-like fame, and I blew it like a blind moth missing the flame. I'll never be the same. Guess the game has changed. I'll have a pocket of pills on me if I ever see you again. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. This lack of action, it's got me feeling callous. This was Alice before Cialis. No satisfaction, it's got me feeling famished. This was Alice before Cialis. Alice before Cialis. Alice before Cialis.
All right, Luppy, you are one special dude, man. You got
Yes.
we got to listen to the entire song.
The whole song, man. I love it.
Thank goodness for live TV for you, because you got to hear the whole song. Normally I do like 2-minute snippets, and so anyway.
Right.
No, it's yeah. We were like, Rob, stop. No, it's all good. It's a good song. Why don't we? You should listen to the whole thing anyway.
Let's listen to it again.
Special. What's that?
Let's play it again, Joe.
Yeah, let's do it again. Second verse, same
Back
first
to
song.
back.
So anyway, I know the story. We're not going to go into details of the story, but if you're listening to the words, you can kind of get the hint of what was going on there. And I know, Dave, you're chomping at the bite,
Chomping hardcore.
and I want to say your hen is hanging out.
Yeah, the hen, the crow, the chicken, the cock, whatever you want to call it. Actually, Blab late night about, I don't know, 6 months ago, we caught the R-rated version of the real story behind this song, and that was memorable.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. But yeah, Luppy, man, it's like Luppy we featured some of his stuff in the past, and he's become a critic, and he's one of our best critics, if not the best, because what I've noticed over time, just as a writer, as he's writing articles for other bands, you become more thoughtful over time, and I really appreciate that. And I've been meaning to tell you that. Like it's
Thanks, man.
I'm kind of the, I guess the final the end of the line in terms of posting it. So I'm just fixing grammar, and I'm obviously reading everything, and I notice all of the progression of all your articles, and it's I'm like, wow, he's really getting into this one, and it gets better every time. So that's greatly appreciated.
Yeah,
But
thanks.
yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that you guys talked about in your pre-recorded discussion was just that some of your background. It's like, I want to give you an opportunity to just mention this about what some of your goals were in starting out and playing music. It's like in what you really love. I mean, you write a little about hip hop and rap and everything, and obviously you make some of that yourself, but you love playing jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not something you've mentioned yet tonight. Yet that was in the interview. Do you want to just say a few words about that?
Yeah, I definitely, my two biggest influences or things I'm into music-wise is definitely hip-hop. I grew up in the 90s, so I love 90s hip-hop and jazz music for sure. I studied jazz performance and stuff in college, and when I got out of college, I wanted to play jazz full-time, really. I was trying to just make it as a jazz pianist, but it's really hard to make a living playing jazz. So I did that for a few years, and I continue to do that. But as soon as I learned some cover songs and decided to play Brown Eyed Girl, all of a sudden, the gigs started rolling in. So once I did that, I was able to actually quit my part-time jobs and really make a living playing music. But the problem was I was spending probably more of my time playing music I didn't really like. It was just a good way to make money.
Yeah. So let's touch on that a bit. I mean, I've kind of glazed over this in the past. Is like when I first started out, I graduated college, and I chose to play, not right away, but eventually in a cover band. And in the cover band, I was making the most money, I had the biggest crowds, and I was having like the experience that I wanted to have with my original bands, where the place was packed and people are screaming and I'm crowd surfing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And your hen's hanging out.
I know. Yet I was playing other people's music, and it was like it was such a strange dichotomy in that sense, because that was basically my day job in a sense, because I'm like, I either get a job somewhere else or I just play in another band as my job. But that's, I mean, for people not like non-musicians watching the show, I mean, that's how it works. I mean, venues and, well, basically just venues, just like advertisers or marketing, all they really care about is statistics. It's like, can you draw a crowd? And if you can, they'll book you. And they just want to sell beer, they want to sell liquor, they want to cover charge and everything. And if you're able to do that and pay your bills as you're writing in the background, that's what I chose to do, and it sounds like that's what you chose to do. So, I mean, but it's just I don't know, it's a strange dichotomy in the sense, because it's like you get to experience the big crowd, yet you're not playing what you want to in front of the big crowd. That's what you're trying to build in the background. So talk on that stuff, man.
Yeah, totally, man. I get that a lot. I do piano bars. I do a lot of dueling pianos. And
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is. You get that, you get the crowd interaction, people going crazy. You start playing Piano Man and everybody starts cheering. But yeah, exactly. But you're like dying inside because you're playing this song for the 800th time. And it's funny because people who don't know that, they see the show and I talk to people afterwards and like, man, you are so lucky to be able to do this. I wish I could do this.
Yeah, and as you're playing that, Loopy, people are coming from the crowd, dropping a $20 bill in your tip jar.
That too.
It's like, yet that doesn't happen when you're playing the music that you love or something. It's like, what's wrong with that picture, man? Is there anything wrong, or is it just that's just the way it is?
Well, no, I mean, people want to hear what they know. I mean, even when you go to see a band that you like, you don't want to hear their new album. You want to hear the hits. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless you're really into them and you really are there for the experience. But most people just want to hear the songs that they want, that they know. There's about 100 songs that we play over and over and over again in the piano bars, and that's what 99% of people want. So if you're going to do your own music, you really have to go out there and search to find the people who are willing to open their mind up to something new. And
okay, so here's a question for you, man. Has that, like, you've done it longer than I have. I did it for about 10 years. So you're like pushing 20 years right now. I mean, you're 40 now and everything. So do you feel like it's like crushed your soul, I guess, in a sense, where it almost like,
yes.
Okay, it crushed your soul, but does it numb you to the point where you're not as excited to write your own stuff? Because that's all that matters.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
My biggest advice to people who love music is don't become a musician. Because it will kill it for you. It'll take all the joy out. There were years, and I'm still kind of going through this, where I didn't listen to music.
Me too.
Yeah, I just got so tired of it.
What do you music period, or what do you mean?
I just listen to songs I have to learn, and that's it. I listen to stand-up comedy and talk radio. You know what I mean? Because I just
Back to the Future
and watch movies. Yeah, and Back to the Future. Totally. And I'm really trying to fight that now. I'm really trying to just spend a little time listening to music that I actually like. But it's hard, man. When your living is playing songs that people want to hear, you spend most of your time listening to crappy music, and then you just don't have energy to listen to anything you want to. You just want to turn it off. So,
well, Joe, I'm done, man. Close it out. Do your thing.
Yeah, so we're running a little long tonight, which is okay because it's live TV and we're like the whole comedy of errors before the show nobody needs to know about brought us up to where we're like, oh, we have 25 seconds left. Awesome. That's plenty of time. So everything worked out amazing tonight. It was awesome. Going a little long is just a little extra bonus. One thing I wanted to mention, I just had a couple of takes on what you guys were talking about. Luppy has been a huge influence on me musically because the music that he wrote for LP Outsiders still has a big influence in me when I write my music because it's the pop R&B thing. I love heavy metal otherwise. I mean, I really listen to completely different than what I actually write when it comes out. And a lot of that has to do with Luppy. Luppy was one in college that made me see things a little clearer in a couple different ways as far as like playing piano. So he taught me a lot and has been a major influence on me over the years. And I know I have been to him also in other ways, mainly sexual, but sorry, I had to.
Yeah, great one, man. Great one.
So long. I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, go. Please continue.
So if anybody knows us, it's just an inside joke. We're nothing like that. But Luppy, do you have anybody that you'd like to shout out or say hello to or let everybody know where to find you before we head out tonight? Just go ahead and let us know, and then I'll close this out.
Yeah, to be honest, man, I've really been getting into the YouTube community. I didn't really think I would be as much into that as I am, and it's actually become really a circle of friends, people I've never met, but people who are really supportive. So I would definitely give a big shout out to all my peeps on YouTube. And I really appreciate the love there and the community there. It's awesome. Check it out if you're looking for it. You can find me at livingluppy.com. Or you can also, I'm big on Snapchat right now. I don't know. I'm just kind of liking it right now. So you can find me on Snapchat at Luppy1023. And Luppy is always spelled Luppy. So
yes. Hey, when's the next album coming out?
So I'm working on it now, getting started, pre-production now. It'll be out probably next spring or summer.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
keep you
Yeah.
posted.
We'll
And I
have you
have to
back for
say,
that. Yeah.
I've heard it's been a while now, but I've heard a couple of demos off of it, and it's like some of the best stuff I've ever heard Luppy do. So it's exciting. I am, for one, going to be the first one to get it. So it'll probably be before anybody else even knows about it.
Oh yeah, you'll get it first for sure, man. Hey, also, if you want some free songs, loopytunes.com. I'm giving away some free music there. So loopytunes.com if you want to check out my music for free.
Very
And
cool.
thanks to you guys for having me. I really appreciate the love and the support, and I love you, JoJo.